The final live training event was a small-scale chemical lab response drill. For the first time in Hawaii, a major hotel was the exercise venue. This provided unique training as first responders planned to deal with the report of an accumulation of flammable materials in a guest room at the Maui Prince Hotel. Housekeeping reported the finding and the Maui Police Department was called. The occupant in the adjoining room was identified and the Police Special Response Team, or SRT, was called to arrest the suspect. The SRT found the key to the adjoining room. They entered and found an apparatus that required investigation using protective suits. Maui Police established incident command. The clandestine lab team was called in to determine if this was the site of a methamphetamines lab or terrorist-related activity. After inspection of the room and obtaining photos, it was determined to be terrorist-related. The team went through decontamination by the Maui Fire Department and had their vital signs checked. They were then debriefed, and it was recommended that the Fire Department hazmat team, along with the CST, should prepare for entry. A rigorous action plan was developed using site maps and photographs. For this exercise, the Fire Department and CST formed joint entry teams. At the conclusion of each day's training exercise, a daily hot wash was held to review the day's events. Lessons learned were discussed and recorded. The Maui Situation Training Exercise is an annual event and was the fourth iteration on the island, with similar exercises taking place on the island of Kauai. This multi-agency training allows the participants to refine their response techniques, tactics, and procedures. The participants identify their current capabilities and shortfalls. With this information, individual agencies make improvements and plan future training exercises to strengthen their capabilities. In conjunction to the Maui Situation Training Exercise, the Hawaii Hotel and Visitor Industry Security Association Conference had over 60 participants discussing a broad range of emergency preparedness issues. They hosted prominent speakers from the local government, Central Pacific Hurricane Center, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, Maui Police Department, and industry. They also listened to a distinguished panel that covered topics on terrorism prevention. Vendor displays brought the latest technology in communications, security systems, emergency preparedness equipment, and detection canines. Attendees also received education on personnel and equipment that is deployed to a WMD event. The group toured the staging area for the chemical response drill at the Maui Prince Hotel. They were briefed on planning, communications, sample testing, decontamination methods, and the coordinated response required for a potential terrorist event. The Hawaii Hotel and Visitor Industry Security Association's 2006 Annual Conference Week concluded with a tabletop exercise on pandemic influenza. The U.S. Navy Center for Asymmetric Warfare and the State Department of Health provided an overview of this potential disease and the impacts it could have on the population. The group then entered into a facilitated discussion of how they would handle a pandemic from a business perspective. The Maui Situation Training Exercise and the Association's 2006 Annual Conference created a special dynamic in which those who participated had an opportunity to see issues from each other's perspective, educate their counterparts, and discuss their needs and concerns. The training and networking opportunities presented was perhaps the most significant result of the exercise.